The notorious Menendez brothers killed their parents with shotgun blasts.
Two Beverly Hills brothers, Eric and Lyle Menendez, convicted of killing their wealthy parents.
Jose and Mary Louise Kitty Menendez were shot and killed at their Beverly Hills residence on August 20th, 1989. After nearly 7 years, 3 trials, and countless hours of television coverage, Lyle and Eric Menendez, their sons, were convicted guilty of their murders and given life sentences without the chance of release. However, the Menendez murders became one of the most well-known criminal cases of the late 20th century, and why they did it was another story. So, you may learn everything there is to know about the case from this video. Welcome to True Crime. Let's get started. The family. By 1980 standards, the Menendez family appeared to be the epitome of the American dream. Jose was born in Cuba, immigrated to the U.S. as a teenager following the 1950s Cuban Revolution, and resided in a cousin's attic until he was awarded a swimming scholarship. He met Mary Louise Anderson, a beauty pageant queen who was a few years older than him when he was a college student. They married in the early 1960s and relocated to New York City, where Jose received an accounting degree from Queens College. The house where Jose and Kitty were murdered was on one of Beverly Hills' most affluent blocks. Being a talented tennis player, Lyle appeared destined to follow in his father's footsteps and pursue a career in business. Jose was known as a hard-driving father who would work his children to the bone in athletics and everything else. Eric took teenage disobedience to the next level after they relocated to California, participating in a series of burglaries in 1988. He avoided jail time. Lyle enrolled at Princeton University, but was suspended for a year because of plagiarism, which portends future problems. A gruesome crime scene. The Menendez killings were gruesome. Jose, 45, and Kitty, 47, were practically unidentifiable after being shot 15 times with 2 12-gauge shotguns. The killings were so brutal that the authorities initially believed they were the result of an organized crime hit. The brothers told police that they had gone out to see a movie the night before the killings, but had to stop to get Eric's ID. They said in their interviews that's when they found their parents' dead bodies and called 911. In the months following the killings, neither Menendez brothers acted like young men who had just discovered both of their parents dead in a horrible, bloody murder scene. They behaved as if they were 2 lottery winners. At the time of his death, Jose's net worth was $14 million. The brothers reportedly wasted $700,000 of that money. Eric was more practical, purchasing a Jeep Wrangler, a $50,000 personal tennis coach, and a $40,000 investment in a rock event that never took place. They also went on lavish holidays, believing they would receive even more money. In addition, their father had a $5 million life insurance policy, but they were unable to collect it due to legal issues. The brothers taped confession. Following the murders, Dr. Oziel contacted his former patient, Eric, and began counseling the youngest Menendez once more. Eric eventually confessed to killing his parents. Oziel confided in Judelon Smythe. As the therapy sessions went on, Oziel managed to get confessions to the killings from Eric and Lyle on tape. Oziel and Smith didn't get along well. Following his alleged attack on her, Smythe called the Beverly police to report that the Menendez brothers had admitted to killing their parents. Lyle was arrested on March 8, 1990. Eric, who was in Israel at the time for a tennis event, went to Miami, then Los Angeles, where he surrendered to police on March 11th. It took 2 full years for the prosecution and the Menendez's attorneys to determine whether the confession-containing tapes were protected by doctor-patient privilege or could be used as evidence in court. However, finally, the California Supreme Court decided that 2 of the 3 tapes, including the one on which Lyle admitted his guilt, could be played during the trial. The trials. The trials, which had different juries for each brother, started in 1993 and were aired on Court TV. In addition to the trials, the network aired countless hours of coverage both before and after each day's events. A wealthy family split apart by scandal, 2 handsome and mysterious young men, a grisly crime, and psychodrama galore. Prosecutors claimed in court that the Menendez brothers were seeking their inheritance. However, Lyle and Eric claimed that they killed in self-defense. They said their father hadn't just had high expectations, but also subjected them to emotional abuse. They said that Jose had been abusing them for years. Eric from the ages of 6 to 18 and Kyle from the ages of 6 to 8, in a claim that was shocking the country and caused splits among friends and family. Leslie Abramson, the well-known attorney for Eric all over the trial, collaborated with Gerald Chalif, the attorney for Lyle, and argued that both of them were acting in self-defense. Lyle, who stated testimony about his father's alleged actions, also stated that he confronted Jose about sexually assaulting Eric days before the killings. The defense also attacked Kitty as a husk of a woman who struggled with alcoholism and drug addiction. The broken wife and useless mother, they said, was devastated by Jose's many affairs. However, the first trials lasted 6 months and resulted in hung juries, which were unable to decide whether Lyle and Eric were guilty of murder or acting in self-defense. And yes, it was immediately declared that they would be retried again together. The second trial, which happened in 1995, was much less sensational because Judge Stanley Weisberg disallowed television cameras from entering the courtroom. The defense's claim that the brothers killed themselves out of fear, which claimed Jose had abused them. Oddly enough, Judalon Smythe testified for the defense during the second trial, insisting Dr. Oziel had manipulated the brothers into confessing. The attempt failed, and on March 21, 1996, Lyle and Eric were found guilty on 2 charges of first-degree murder. That July, they were each given 2 consecutive life sentences without any chance of parole. The Menendez brothers now. When their sentences started in 1996, Lyle and Eric requested to be housed in the same prison. However, at the time, prison officials preferred to separate people who'd committed crimes together. Furthermore, one of the detectives working on their case cautioned that the brothers might plan an escape. However, throughout the years, Lyle has often requested a placement closer to his brother. Finally, Lyle and Eric were reunited in 2018. Journalist Robert Rand said A&E True Crime that the brothers counsel other convicts who have been sexually abused, and Eric leads several self-help groups. Marriages. Each brother has married women in prison who are not detained. In 1999, Eric wed his pen friend Tommy Sackerman. In 2005, she wrote a book titled They Said We'd Never Make It, My Life with Eric Menendez, which is about their relationship. On the other hand, Lyle married Anna Erickson, a former model who divorced him when she discovered he was writing to other women, and then he married Rebecca Sneed, a journalist turned attorney in 2003. Even 35 years after the murders, the brothers' crimes continue to captivate and perplex the world. Yes, also, the murders have been the subject of numerous documentaries, miniseries, and movies. Our thoughts and prayers go out to those involved. We hope you enjoyed our true crime overview of the Menendez murder. Be sure to be a true crime subscriber and hit the bell icon to never miss another true crime video. Leave a comment and a like to show your support. Until next time, stay safe. And if you have a true crime story you would love to see, please be sure to leave in the comments below. We look forward to seeing you in our next video.